The clock is ticking in Frankfort as lawmakers enter the final days of this year's legislative session.
Several bills are expected to come up, but as Bodie Brooks reports, animal rights activists are hoping lawmakers don't overlook one aimed at cutting down on abuse. Bodie.
Yeah, that's right, guys. House Bill 20 expands parts of Kentucky's 45-year-old animal abuse law. Supporters are hoping it gets a vote to prevent future cases like Ethan's, a dog so neglected he was left with brain damage, not just from being hit, but from being starved.
Another hour where he was and he wouldn't be here.
Starved and tormented, Ethan's survival is a miracle.
The first 3 to 4 days of that, he couldn't even lift his head to eat or drink, and he couldn't walk.
Jeff Calloway adopted Ethan as his own shortly after he was dumped on the Kentucky Humane Society's property, barely alive and with clear signs of abuse.
Someone was giving him some water when they weren't giving him food, and he couldn't get up, so someone was bringing it, and he was restrained. He was somewhere where he could not get up. You know, his body tells the tale of that.
A bill is awaiting a vote in the General Assembly that would raise the penalty for torture and intentional neglect of a dog or cat to a felony. Under Kentucky's current animal cruelty law, it could only be a misdemeanor.
There are, I believe, 52 co-sponsors of the bill. So theoretically, you would think if it was called for a vote, it would pass.
This is not the first time lawmakers have considered raising the penalty. Ethan's name became attached to a similar bill last year, but it didn't get past committee. Calloway says this bill clarifies vague language so responsible owners don't fall in the cracks.
If you are giving effort and treating your animal the way that an animal should be treated, you've got no problems. This is not about dogs that are kept in kennels. It's not about dogs that are kept on chains.
Now, with his health thriving, Ethan is a comfort dog for other animals at the Humane Society, gaining a social media following of his own as both he and his owner continue to advocate for change. Now, with less than 10 days left in the general session, Calloway is encouraging people that feel passionately about the issue to call their representative and urge the bill get a vote before they gavel out. You can find the number included in this story on fox56news.com. Guys, back to you.
All right, Bodie, thank you.